Belonging means to me togetherness.
Acceptance.
Existing.
Empowerment.
Comfortable.
Acceptance.
What it feels like to belong at Stockton is to be a part of something bigger than yourself.
Belonging means empowerment. To me, empowerment is what I get when I'm with the group that's greater than me.
Belonging feels so amazing. It feels to be freeing. Coming into Stockton, there are a lot of opportunities and a lot of clubs. Stockton has a lot of multicultural clubs, especially for you to express who you are.
The sense of belonging in different communities and organizations, especially on campus, gives people the confidence to be successful, and it also helps divert them to the specific track they want to do in life.
Belonging at Stockton and feeling acceptance goes hand in hand when you're trying to find a place where you feel comfortable. So being comfortable in creating a third space or a home for yourself in a place that is not your home at all is all a part of the college experience.
Just because society says you have to be a certain way, it doesn't mean you have to be that way. So when you can relate to people who fit outside of society's standards as you do, you can exist, which means that you belong.
I looked at Military Times has a 100 best for vets schools, and in 2016, Stockton was 6th in the nation. So for me, when I saw that, I was like, they must be doing something right by their vets, and for me that just spoke volumes about the rest of the institution.
I honestly enjoyed my first year as an RA. I think my staff was amazing, and I think we really embodied togetherness, and it really made me feel like everything was organic and no one was pressuring me to not be myself or to get along with everybody else, which was amazing.
When I first got on campus, I was scared. I was looking around. There's a bunch of new faces, no one I recognized. No people from my high school came here, so I just didn't know who to talk to or what. I put up a bravado, but on the inside I was still scared.
The first memories I have of finding that space was during I think it was Welcome Week. There was an initiative that had just started, from my understanding, was just recently kind of taking off, and it was called Sankofa. And through that, coming onto campus, linking up with higher administration, faculty, staff, before even stepping into a classroom, I think that really played a very large part into me just feeling comfortable on campus.
I'm glad that coming into Stockton, there's not just Filipinos, but there's different types of Asians and different types of cultures that I'm able to experience.
When I joined Pride Alliance, they really helped me be able to express my sexuality freely and openly and safely.
For UBSS specifically, when you come to Stockton, there's one thing you will notice. It's a predominantly white institution. So when UBSS was first created, it was created because there was only one organization, and the black students here felt like they needed their space of their own. So they stepped out and started to make UBSS. So I feel like that's the same narrative for me, where I was only subject to the people on my floor. And of course, if you're at a PWI, you're one of the only black people on your floor. So I just had to find a space where I saw people who were like me, shared the same experiences as me, and then I found UBSS, and then I've just grown into the president of UBSS.
Coming into graduate school, I was extremely nervous. I didn't know what I was going to do or if people were honestly going to like me. And that's something that I really struggled with. And honestly, on the first day of school, they asked us to try out for different positions, and I felt a sense of belonging because everyone picked me to be the New Jersey representative for the Occupational Therapy Association. And that was amazing because now, as a second year in my final year of graduate school, I am still in that position, and now I can help the first years become a part of that as well. And that would have never happened if my belongingness and my togetherness didn't come from my occupational therapy program.
I would tell those people that you have to venture out and you have to join clubs and get involved on campus, because the more you get involved, the more you attract people, and then those people will be able to get to know you on a personal level, and they will support you and they will want to be around you.
So I just tell them, look for things that you can get free food at. And everywhere, every single event on campus, you could usually find free food, and that's one way of pushing people to go out and try different things.
Not that it's hard to find these spaces. I don't think it's a hard thing to do, but I think once you get involved and you network with people that identify with however you identify, it just makes it that much easier, and kind of stay open-minded. There might be people that identify as you, that don't look like you, don't speak like you, don't come from where you're from, but that doesn't change that they identify how you identify.
So as long as you know who you are, or even if you don't know who you are, just get involved in things, and those things will find you instead of you finding them.
The first step you take out of your comfort zone, the first step you take out of your dorm room, the first step you take out of just hiding yourself and closing yourself off will be the first step to your success here at Stockton.
You belong 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 at Stockton, period.
On behalf of admissions,
We know you belong here.
You belong in Africana Studies.
At the Counseling Center.
The Women's Gender and Sexuality Center.
You belong in our EOF programs.
In the First Ospreys Initiative.
In career education and development.
You belong in Student Success Services.
In service learning.
In the School of Arts and Humanities.
In military and veteran services.
You belong in residential life.
Galloway and AC.
In fraternity and sorority life.
In student development.
You belong at Stockton University, where everywhere on our campus there's a space for you to be, believe, and belong.